a quick first impression for you guys, and this is something totally new, so if you like first impressions like this, don't forget to subscribe because I do them pretty often. This is totally new. Wet n Wild has come out with a silicone applicator. So first off, I love the packaging. I've been wanting to try like a silly sponge or something similar for a while, but just haven't bought one. And then I saw Wet n Wild come out with this, and I'm always making Wet n Wild orders. So I went ahead and ordered one. I'm probably going to not use this right, but we'll see. So you don't get it wet. It's glittery, which is kind of cool. And it's just like flippy. It feels like something you could like effectively smack somebody with, but it's kind of soft, if you can see that. I have no basis of comparison because I have never used a product like this. It's vegan, not tested on animals, cruelty-free. As with all Wet n Wild things. Yes, I think they're all vegan. I know they're all not tested on animals and cruelty-free. It says, revolutionize your makeup routine with this versatile applicator. Great for applying liquid and cream foundations without any product waste. Easy to clean so it never harbors bacteria. Okay, directions. A little goes a long way. Apply a small amount of product to skin or applicator. Tap on the skin with dabbing and stippling motions until blended. Okay, so I'm going to use my favorite go-to primer and foundation because I know how they react with new things. I know what to expect from them. So this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation in the shade 1.0. So, like I said, these are some of my favorites, my go-tos, what I always use for work, what I always use for testing, so I know what to expect. This is my mirror. Sorry if you guys can see it. So I'm going to just shake up my foundation. This is so weird. And I'm just going to put one pump on the applicator. And it doesn't soak up anything like a sponge does, so I don't know about this. I'm used to holding something a little bit bigger around, so with my joints, this just may not be feasible, but it's like, it's not soaking anything up, so, I mean, do you see this? Yeah, you get a lot more product, but it's also, like, weird. It said, like, a tapping stippling. So I'm doing it like I would a beauty blender or spongy or whatever. What is it with you and my moisturizer? Well, I will say if you want to try a silicone sponge out and don't want to spend like 20 bucks, this is really inexpensive. Alright, glittery. This is just really weird. Maybe if I like pull instead of smack. She's moved on to eye primer, if anyone is interested. I don't know about this. I also recently tried using a foundation brush for the first time. Yeah. I like what I like, and I don't like new things. So, can you guys see this? It's hard to get it blended into the skin because I feel like I'm just smearing it around. Which I guess I really am just smearing it around. But there's also, like, it's like cooking. I base my amounts on what I know my methods are going to do, and I know my sponge is going to soak up some, so I know how much product to put on my face. But this is, like, way more product. And it's taking a lot more to get it blended down, because I'm not used to it. mean, it's not super difficult, won't get me wrong, but it's just taking a lot more effort than I usually put in, and I'm just like, okay. So that's what my foundation looks like. I think I'm pretty much done messing with it. I'm going to apparently I'm going to knock everything over in my bin, and River is going to help me. Stop. You don't need that. Okay. Here, look, you can have this. Here. If you have kids, the little holographic cardboards that come in the backs of this or the sponge are great. They love them. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys powdering to see how that works. This is the Coty Airspun powder. It's one of my favorites. It's weird, though, for me, because it's what I grew up watching my grandma put on. My mom is not a big makeup person. My grandma is. So she's the one I watched putting on makeup when I was a kid. So I smell this, and it's just like memories of watching her put on makeup. But it really is a great powder. I know Tati talks about it too. Well, it's not, the application is not, what are you doing? It's not affecting my powder application. And I mean, it looks pretty good once the powder's on. I think if you need a fuller coverage, this might be a good option. But for me, I would rather go like pump on a sponge, pump on a sponge, pump on a sponge to get this than one pump on this. I know it's more wasteful, but this is harder for me to use. And maybe I would get better with practice, but it's just not my thing. I don't think this is a bad product at all, and for what it is, like I said, I have no basis of comparison, but it seems to be good for what it is. It's probably not something I'm going to reach for very much at all. It might be good for something that I would normally use my fingers on, like this liquid eyeshadow, or like a creamy highlighter or something like that. Do you really need air freshener? But I don't think it's going to be something I go to every day for my foundation. Now, if you want a fuller coverage foundation and you're willing to learn how to work with this, it might be totally worth it. Have any of you guys used one of these? Do you have any opinions on them? I would love to hear, or any other questions, comments, or opinions you have. Let me know down there. As you guys know, I love discussing these things with you guys. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye.